Hello, this is Onyx Tarot, and today I'm going to be doing the message for Scorpio. So let's get a message from Scorpio Spirit Guides today, May the 24th through the 30th. So what is going to be the message from Scorpio Spirit Guides to Scorpios for this week? All right, Scorpio, you guys have the Four of Wands, Two of Pentacles, the Hierophant, and bottom of the deck is the Two of Wands. All right. So message from Scorpio Spirit Guides to Scorpio for this week. So you guys have the Four of Wands, which represents home, stability, successful, stable relationship. There's some type of form of stability that is coming forward towards you that you guys are going to have some type of clarity on this week, okay? Or there's some particular relationship that really develops. But I do feel like for a lot of you guys, this could either be just stability in general, tied to your home, tied to your finances. And with the Two of Pentacles being here, a lot of things are going to flow very well. Like this is going to be a very good week for you guys to feel secure within not only your relationships and your home, but also your finances. Okay, so let's look into that Four of Wands. There's something about that stability that's like going to be very important to what's happening next, like in June. So you guys have the Strength card. I feel like you guys have worked very hard to get to exactly where you're at, either in your own stability or in a relationship that you're in. Yeah, a lot of you are going to be getting the clarity that you all have won, okay? Something like you're winning stability, you're winning peace of mind, you're in a really good space. The Ace of Swords is truth, clarity. You're going to know exactly by the end of this week how stable you actually are. This is going to be a really good week, again, tied to stability, or again, for some of you, relationship stability. Temperance. Yeah, you're going to feel very much at peace with like your life and what you have going on. But again, with the Strength card being here, it wasn't easy to get here. So that's something that could be helpful to remind yourself that like this is not just like dropped in your lap. This is something that you guys have worked very hard to get to. Now the Two of Pentacles is here. So again, I feel like you guys are going to be flowing through this week with ease. This may be a week where you guys rest quite a bit. Like you may kind of like this may be like a slower week for you guys. Like as far as like, if you're used to doing this or used to doing that, you may just kind of chill a little bit this week. You guys have the Four of Swords and then the Five of Swords. Yeah, because I feel like the weekend or going into next week is going to be very busy for you guys, especially tied to your relationships, especially tied to your opportunities. There may be something that you're doing, a place you're going. You may be going on a last minute trip. You may be going to certain events, but I feel like this week may be, again, a situation where you guys are more chill and you're chilling at home. But then next week, or either going to the weekend or next week, is going to be very busy, and there could be a lot of things that you go to, a lot of places that you go out to. You may be traveling, that kind of thing. So, yeah, if you are resting this week or you don't feel like you want to go out too much, definitely trust your gut, because, again, it looks like next week is going to be really busy in the best way, tied to a friend or partnership. Now, the Nine of Cups is here. I feel like you guys are going to be very happy with what you have going on, because this week is going to solidify the ending of your unhappiness or instability or not really being sure what's happening next. If none of those resonate with you, the Four of Wands, again, think the reverse is like not feeling stable or not feeling stable within a relationship or needing to close out something, right? So there's whatever feeling that is tied to something that's ended, a way of doing things, a schedule, a lifestyle, a relationship, whatever that is. I feel like this week is going to be the solidification and the confirmation that you guys are on a new level and you are moving forward. Now, The Hierophant is here. So again, your spirit guides are going to be speaking to you this week, especially through your financial stability and your independence. I feel like a lot of you are not going to feel chained to certain people, places, and things. You do have the Queen of Swords, Seven of Swords. So I do feel that there may be certain things that you know not to say. What is that? What does that mean? Queen of Swords, Seven of Swords. Yeah, there may be certain people that you're ending friendships with, ending dynamics with, certain people you're not working with anymore, or people you don't want to talk to, people you don't want to get back with. And I feel like a lot of you are just going to know not to even say anything or not to make something very obvious. And this is a way that you guys will see that you guys have healed from the past. Maybe you always wanted to have a certain conversation with people, places, and things that you invested a lot of time, energy, and effort in, but a lot of you kind of end up just ghosting people, the Hermit, or not even ghosting, but like you're in a space where you're just so busy, or so like you have other things going on, that a lot of you guys again will be in a space where certain things that you would normally address or say something to, you all may be in a space where you're just like, nope, I don't necessarily care very much. But I do feel like there may be something that you overthink about. The High Priestess. Okay. So what is this talking about? So yeah, there's something tied to an ending, something that you've ended. So there could be a cycle, there could be a conflict, there could be a friendship, there could be a job. There's a certain dynamic of something you've ended. And you guys may be in a place where you're overthinking, like, should I say something? Should I do something? Should I change the way that I'm doing something? Should I go back? Right? But like, here's the thing. With the Three of Wands being here, you guys walked away from something for a reason. You guys ended something for a reason. Something doesn't align with you anymore for a reason. So it's really going to be up to you guys to be in a space where you trust your own gut and move forward. I feel like nothing has to be said. You may feel like people may ask you certain things, or a particular person may ask you, hey, why don't you hang out anymore? Or someone may ask you, hey, why'd you break up with this person? Or hey, why'd you do this? But I do feel that, again, you're meant this week for a lot of you guys to protect your energy, protect your peace, with the Four of Pentacles being here. That's pretty much it. Yeah, because I feel like if you kind of don't protect your peace, you guys do have the Three of Swords. I want to clarify that. Yeah, you all may be in a place where, with the Three of Swords, Eight of Pentacles, you may be delaying yourself from like focusing on your day-to-day, your finances, your relationship, your work, because you're worried about other people or what other people have to say, or certain opinions, or certain friendships ending, or dynamics ending. There's something like that where your spirit guides want you to know that this week is not like a speculation week. This week is, hey, I'm in this stability. I've walked away from these things that no longer align with me. I'm in this relationship, or this is what I'm doing, or I am very stable in what I'm doing. I am working, I am busy, I am doing this, and I'm trusting my gut, I'm trusting my higher power, whatever I believe in. I'm not going to sit and tell you about why I ended this relationship, or why I ended this thing, or why I'm not talking to this person anymore. So there's something like that where God, your higher power, your spirit guides, well, this is particularly this spread is particularly from your spirit guides. Essentially, they want you to know that you should be focusing on this four wands, your stability, okay, and the Two of Pentacles, how easy things are going to be flowing for you, and not focusing on endings, or what this person thinks, or what this person thinks, or what's going on with this or that. So this is a time for you guys to just kind of like see the silver lining as much as you can on the things that are really working for you guys, because I do feel like the distraction is talking to people about your decision, or talking to people about the thing that you left behind. Okay, now the Two of Wands is here at the very bottom of the deck, and you all have the Seven of Cups. So I do feel that you guys are painting a new picture of your future. There's something that you guys are moving forward towards, and your spirit guides essentially want you to know that's what they want you to focus on. Planning for the future, planning the next 2 months. There may be something that you're starting, a new way of doing things, a new way of you know, living, spending money. There may be an asset or a certification or a program or a business you're starting. There's something where that's going to need your full attention. So this week is more so a test to see if you guys are ready for the new adventures, or if you want to be in a space where you're focusing on what people have to say about your decisions. Okay, so this is going to be an important time for you all to remain focused and focus on the good things and focus on how hard you've worked to get to exactly where you're at. Again, not everything needs a reaction. Not everything needs a discussion. The Seven of Pentacles is here, so continue to work and invest in the things that you're doing. And again, there's something that you guys are doing long term that your spirit guides want you to focus on, not the shenanigans of the past or things that didn't align with you anymore. As mentioned, there's something about next week, right? May the 31st through June the 6th, where you guys, again, may be very, very, very busy and hanging out with friends and all of these things. So again, just kind of the message from your spirit guides for this week is just to be very intentional on, of course, again, being grateful for where you're at, but also being in a place where you're focusing only on the future and not things that have happened in the past. So let's get a closing message for Scorpio. All right, so you guys have the Nine of Swords. So this is going to be a good time for you guys if you start to overthink, what does this person think, or what is this dynamic, what's going to happen with this. If you're overthinking about something, this could be a time to really take that time to protect your peace and energy. Are you scrolling too much? Are you listening to people at work too much? Are you listening to everyone's opinion? Are you gathering everyone's opinion about something that you are moving on from? So that's going to be very, like, again, the most important thing here. As something ends, as you're doing a different thing, as you're moving forward from whatever you close the cycle on, and as you're focusing on your stability, your day-to-day, your goals, this is going to be a good time to, again, try to leave the past in the past, because it looks like you guys are going to be very busy in the best way moving forward towards things in your future. So I do hope that this was helpful. Thank you guys so much for hitting the like button and subscribing. There will be another Scorpio reading midweek, so be on the lookout for that. But thank you all so much for watching.